In a world of hypnotic contradictions, two wayward brothers come out to the battlefield of the world to abate evil, with thunderbolts formed by Zeus himself, disrupting the Dark Father's corruption and... You're listening to High Society with Bradley and Matthew McDonald.
Hey guys, you're listening to High Society, and this is Bradley McDonald. Today we're not going to have Matt. He's taking a little personal day. I guess sometimes we need that. Things happen, our personal lives get in the way, and shit happens. But you know what? Show must go on. And all of our wonderful listeners, got news to listen to. And so here I am. And so... today was a huge day, guys. I mean, a huge day for liberty. And I mean for tech censorship, talking about the wall, pretty much all those general things, really. All the things that we talk about here on Twitter, mainly the censorship and how, we need the wall to protect us from, or at least stop the immigration from being so overwhelming. Because as you know, what's going on in Paris is because the liberals, or the left, of Europe, or, France, Belgium, Germany, the UK, they decided they wanted to allow rampant immigration and allow these migrants to come in. And they did this through voting for their, European overlords. The people that represent them through the EU and everything, like Macron and Merkel. And all those sorts. And so, what we see now in France and everything is that you have the people revolting back because they figured out they don't really want these things. You see... that's the thing about liberal policies. They don't work. They never worked. And if anyone says they have, it's pretty much a lie. Except for some things. I mean, there's very few things. I couldn't name any off my head, to be honest with you. But yeah. So, without further ado, let's get up in this. So, the first big news story that I found today was that Trump was quote-unquote bickering with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. And it's so incredible how they word things in mainstream media. It really is. It's really incredible how they try to make Trump look like he's just whining. Whenever things like the wall are really important to our safety and our way of life here in America. Without border security, we wouldn't be able to say, take Johnny or, Susie to school, or let them walk to school. Anybody could just come into the country trying to flee, from crime or whatever. And that's what happens a lot. So anyway, Trump had a discussion with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer after a public talk, and it was hilarious because you can see Chuck Schumer antagonizing Trump. And, if you look at the guy, he's already creepy as hell. I mean, like, look at his pictures, man. Just right now, wherever you are. I mean, unless you're driving, of course, you know, like, I hope to God you're not driving and trying to use Google. But anyway, wherever you are, go to Google and type in Chuck Schumer. What's the first thing you see? You see this weird, creepy old man that looks like something out of a freaking Dracula film. And this guy, he's antagonizing Trump this whole time about, you know, the border security and not giving him the funding that he needs to raise the wall. And so, like, you know, you can tell that he's just trying to get a rise out of Trump. And he did really. He got more than what he bargained for, really. And what you're about to hear now is what what Trump said to Chuck and Nancy, mainly Chuck, but really Chuck and Nancy. Because, see, the thing is that you got to realize that they're about to take the House of Reps. Guys, this is huge. You know, why didn't y'all go out during the midterms? You know, all you conservative-minded folks, you know, even if you're just right to the left, you know, if you're right to liberalism, you know, why didn't you go out and vote for the midterms? You know, I'm sure a lot of you did, of course. I did. My husband took me. It was a really nice day. And, well, you know, my fiance. I call him my husband, you know, it's like, oh well. But anyway, how could you just sit there and not take these midterms seriously? Especially when a lot of you were typing, you know, hashtag red wave. You know, I really feel like a lot of you just did not show up. Because if you did, I really feel like that the House of Reps wouldn't have been taken over by the left. I mean, although it could have. I mean, we know that the city centers, you know, the city populations are fucking taken over by the liberals. I mean, Dallas is taken over by liberals, and so is Houston, and so is Austin. You know, it's really those cities, those big cities that are taken over by the extremist left. But anyway, you really should have taken that more seriously. Because now they're going to have subpoena power and be able to force people into coming to these stupid committee hearings that go nowhere. Like this Google hearing today. Like, that went nowhere. The only person that actually, like, made real waves was Alex Jones when he confronted Sundar Pichai, I think, yeah, and he's just some really soft-spoken Indian guy that they have. So you know, make fun of the Indian guy. You know what I mean? You know, you're racist if you talk against Google because the CEO is a wimpy little Indian guy. But anyway, Trump is like really looking out for us, and he sees the seriousness of the situation. He knows what it means that what it means that the left has taken over the House. And so this is what Trump says to Chuck and Nancy. Listen here.
About. The last time, Chuck, you shut it down.
No.
And then you opened it up very
times.
quickly. And
20 times.
I don't want to do what you did.
20 times
Chuck,
you have called for, I will shut down the government if I don't get my wool. None of us have said.
You want to know something?
You've said it.
Okay, you want to put that on my...
You've said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
You know what I'll say? Yes. If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay.
And you see what just happened there? Chuck is saying, Mr. Schumer, Senator Schumer is saying, oh yeah, you keep threatening government shutdown, when, in reality, he's not like, what he's saying is, that we need to take the border crisis serious, Because look at Europe and look what's happening to the people that are trying to force their way, literally invade our country. Look what's happening there. And these are people that are well clothed, of course, well fed, everything like that. So, again, he's just trying to prevent more chaos and more violence from happening by trying to get the House of Representatives, the future House of Representatives, to kind of take this more seriously. But the thing is that it's not that they're not taking it seriously. The left is not. It's not that they're not taking it serious. The left leadership. It's just that they're all in for this plan of complete a complete technocracy ruled by China and Google and Apple and everything like that. But we'll get more on that later. But anyway, let's continue with what President Trump and Schumer talking.
Absolutely. And I am proud, and I'll tell you what, I am proud to shut down the government.
And hold on. You gotta see how Chuck Schumer just smirks. He smirks. And Trump looks pissed off. He's angry. I mean, he doesn't want to be pushed to the point where he has to, say, yes, I am going to shut down the government because you won't work with me and give me the funding that you, the left leadership, promised me to build the wall. Because that's really the whole issue that's going on. I mean, he's promised funding. He was supposed to be given money. And, now Nancy and Chuck, now that they have the house, they're like, you know what? We want to restrict the funding so you can just put up a fence. A fence? What is a fence going to do? People can jump over a freaking fence. People can, dig under a fence. You can't, no, that just won't work. The thing is that the wall, see, the way the wall is built, there's going to be so many feet down, it won't be easy to, climb under. And then, of course, it's going to be so tall and almost impossible to climb. And the only thing the president is asking here is to go to a port of entry and claim asylum. That's it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to illegally cross the Guadalupe River. You don't have to illegally jump fences. You don't have to try to freaking take a little raft around the freaking Gulf of Mexico and to America. There's really no need for that nonsense. There really isn't. Especially when you have a safe alternative like going to a port of entry and claiming asylum. It's really that simple. Well, so let's continue with this back and forth. Because, I mean, really it's and you gotta look it up yourself. If you go to YouTube, look up, Trump talking to Pelosi and Schumer. I don't know. Look it up any way you want to. You know the gist. But yeah, it's just incredible, really, how nasty and sneaky this guy Chuck Schumer. He's just smirking and smiling, ha ha, I got him to explode. And Trump, he looks like someone who's just at his wits' end. He's frustrated with his Congress. It's no good, and people keep voting in these nasty people.
Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down. And I'm going to shut it down for border
But we
security.
believe you shouldn't shut it down.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
And I love that Trump is taking 100%, 150% responsibility for this shutdown. Because people didn't pay attention when it was he was blaming the left that he caused the government shutdown. No, he's saying, I'm taking responsibility. I'm shutting down the government, and it's because that I believe that we need real security. And is that really too much to ask? Is that really something so evil that, you got to be beat up by, mainstream media and all these